Good job turning around the game with that tactic in the middle game. Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The three knights opening begins with knight c3, which controls the d5 square and supports the e4 pawn. Knight f6 develops the knight, attacks the e4 pawn, and controls the d5 square. Bishop b5 develops the bishop, attacks the c6 knight, and prepares castling. Their pawn attacks your bishop, kicking it out of its current position. You are forcing your opponent to double pawns. They exchange pieces of equal value. This prepares your bishop for development. They missed a chance to defend a pawn that was under attack. You had a chance to play something better. They kick your bishop with a pawn, forcing it to move or be captured. You exchange pieces of equal value. Their recapture simultaneously brings the queen into play. Castling kingside helps to complete your development. Another piece joins the board for your opponent. With that move, you chase the bishop away. You are now able to kick a bishop. You missed an opportunity to kick a bishop. You allowed the opponent to force an isolated pawn. You are forced to isolate a pawn. You recaptured the piece. They found a way to win your pawn. You've just allowed your pawn to be taken without a fight. Your opponent created a passed pawn, giving it a clear path toward promotion. You win time by threatening a queen. They move the queen to safety. This move wins a pawn. This move puts their queen on a safer square. You're kicking their bishop out of a useful square. This move puts their bishop on a safer square. You kicked your opponent's piece from that square. They move the bishop to safety. That pawn was yours for the taking. They are threatening to tactically win a rook. Your opponent's advantage has turned into a winning position. They are threatening to tactically win a queen. That was a fair trade. A straightforward recapture. You escape the check from the rook. They are threatening to checkmate the king. You prevented your opponent from being able to checkmate the king, defending their hanging pawn. You escape the check from the queen. Your opponent had the upper hand, but now the game is close to equal. You kick the opposing bishop with a pawn, forcing it away. They are threatening to win material by eventually adding pressure to a pinned piece. Keep an eye on your backward pawn, which can become a target. Precise move from your opponent. With that move, you chase the bishop away. They are threatening to win a knight by adding pressure to a pinned piece. You allowed the opponent to win a knight by adding pressure to a pinned piece. They missed a chance to win a knight by adding pressure to a pinned piece. You permitted the opponent to win material by eventually adding pressure to a pinned piece. They missed a chance to win material by eventually adding pressure to a pinned piece. That was an even swap of material. A clear recapture. You are threatening to win material through a fork. They are threatening to win a knight by adding pressure to a pinned piece. They prevented you from being able to win material through a fork. You won a pawn for free. Attacking your pawn chain. Nice find! You found the only move in this position. That rook move to the 7th rank was strong. They overlooked an opportunity to move a queen to safety. You overlooked an opportunity to eventually win material. You get a chance to eventually win a bishop. Now your pawn is isolated. Takes back. You lost control of the equal position and now you are worse. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. You permitted the opponent to eventually win a pawn. You are now able to win a queen through a discovered attack. They overlooked an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. Your discovered attack wins you a queen. A straightforward recapture. That queen was yours for the taking. I like their choice. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. They move the rook to safety. You step your king away from the checking rook. You are now able to win a rook through a fork. Nice fork! You'll be winning a rook. You get a chance to win a rook through a fork. Yes,